In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
Ale czemu kierowcy nie zrobiłem? Wstecz. Gdzie tu jest ten kierowca zasrany? Czemu tego gówna nie ma w zdjęcie? O, jest. Dobra, no to jest, to lecimy tu.
In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
ART's new driver really commanding the race here.
Kurde, sterowania nie sprawdziłem, czy jest to skonfigurowane.
Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can. We're all behind you. Your teammate is approaching and wants to get past. Repeat, Lucas wants to pass you.
Niech przyspieszy.
Again, your teammate wants to pass you. I know you don't want to drop a position, but without your turbo, he's the best one to challenge for points further up the field.
Niech to jedzie.
If you hold Lucas up, you could be denying the team points.
2 sekundy jest za mną. Co, pojebało was?
We're asking again. Please let Lucas pass while there's still time for him to make a challenge.
Czemu mam puszczać gościa, który jest wolniejszy ode mnie?
Okay, some people are going to want to talk to you after this. Not letting Lucas pass has potentially denied the team valuable points. For now, race on, do the best you can. Our gap behind is 2.8 seconds.
Chodź tu albo ona. Siema, Albert.
This is your final lap of the race. We're leading our teammate by 4.1 seconds.
Rozkmin, ale oni mi tu chcieli zrobić team orders, a gościu za mną 5 sekund jedzie, nie?
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Aj, błąd. O, drugie miejsce. Bez sprężarki.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
No. Beka.
It's been coming for a while, this one. What an excellent win for Dams. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think what won them the race was their ability to adapt. At every point, they delivered what was needed. They were calm and steady when they needed to be, but they were ruthless and aggressive when it was demanded of them. There wasn't anything out there that they weren't prepared to handle.
Znaczy w
Let's
F2
see if they
i
can keep it up this
w
season.
F1 lecimy.
And I can see our drivers making their way out now. It's been a sublime team performance, and it's the culmination of our
I ten
lot of
Senna.
hard work.
Ten Senna
Dams
nas
are your
podjął, to
winners
jest
today.
naprawdę. Zastanawiałem się, czy brać Sennę, czy Prosta, no ale no jednak Senna fajniejszy. O, teraz patrz, bo
After
teraz
this
będzie
round of the World
cutscenka.
Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Devon Butler, who moves further ahead.
Dobra. Dawajcie cutscenkę.
There you are. That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview. Okay, we're all set over here. Just a minute. Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So be relaxed, but also be conscious of what you're saying and how it might come across to other people, okay?
Ta Grażyna jest w każdej części, zarówno reporterka, jak i ta menadżerka.
So Emma keeps telling me you're the one to watch this season. If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these. Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go. Right, stand here. Turn a little this way for me. Perfect. Ready? An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective. So you and Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in?
Czuję się coraz lepiej. To weźmiemy. Nie, to jest wywiad. Potem będzie fabuła, zobaczysz. To.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Teraz będzie rozmowa z kierowcami, wiesz.
No, not now. Next time the team give you an instruction, follow it. It is not a request. Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting? I can leave, or actually no, continue.
Can we help you with something?
Oh, it was just you were the better driver. Yeah. From my car, it seemed like you deserved the win.
Okay, congratulations. But the team gave you an order. You could have jeopardized it for both of us.
You know, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you really don't have what it takes to be a champion. Lucas likes to talk a good game about the whole team thing, but the fact is, if you're in the same situation, do you really think he'd let you pass?
I would.
See the hesitation? Anyway, doesn't matter who wins. Next season, I'll be spending my Sunday afternoons atop the F1 podium, while you two will be teaching kids to drive go-karts. Good luck, yeah?
No i w F2 masz 3 wyścigi
I
i
understand why you did it.
o to się opiera cała
Do you
fabuła,
really
nie?
think an F1 team would allow you to just drive however you want? Come on.
No i możesz też jechać sezon F2 cały. 2018 lub 2019 możesz sobie wybrać. O, kolejne. Cóż tych zawodów, wyjątkowo aktywne poświęcie rywala, Tyfona Patrela doprowadziło do kolizji. Patrel dostał karę, dzięki której Kiwowski nadal ma szansę.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact! Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
No i jazda.
Don't give up. You're still in this race. Okay, the stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still catch him. You can still beat him.
Jakie pojechane, patrz gościu. Normalnie jak na F1 z Netuxem, nie?
Devon is in the pits. Devon in the pits.
A, zrepałem tego. Na spajdzie tylko trzeba mieć dobrze. Dobra, koniec.
Devon's currently in 6th place. P6. The gap to the car behind is 4.5 seconds. You're 5 places behind Devon, 5 places separate you. Devon's currently in 6th place. P6. Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
Zakręt bokiem.
Devon's currently in 6th place, P6. Butler is ahead of you. Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
Kurwa.
Devon is ahead of you. This is your final lap of the race. Gap to teammate behind is 20.0 seconds. Devon behind.
Frajer. A jeszcze ma karę. Lando Norris.
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
Carlin have pulled off a sublime performance to secure the top step of the podium today. So, Davide, what did you make of that?
Well, it was a bit of a roller coaster, I think. There will be a lot of cheering for today's winner. Frankly, I'm amazed that Devon Butler only received a penalty for that collision early. But watching the rival he knocked out actually come back and beat him, that made this whole race worthwhile for me.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, And I can see the Carlin team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their driver walks out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It was not the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
It's got to be Nairei Fukuzumi. He was in another league for me today. Really impressive.
On to the teams then. ART have extended their lead over the championship. There was also a strong showing from the Russian time team today as they make their way up the standings. After all this drama, you would be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
To lecimy na kolejny wyścig.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
Porozmawiajmy o nim.
Well, that was a great recovery today. Did you think it was all over when you had the collision with Devon?
Kiedy zakończy się samodziała, wiedziałem, że to nie koniec. Często jest ciężko, ale trzeba po prostu jak chcieć dostać kilka punktów. To.
So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon?
No to była przepraszam, że nie wolno się poddawać. Słabe zostało ukarane, to była skara słaba. Więc to, że mi się udało, jasne, jako kara, ale tylko, że powinno mieć miejsce to, bo to frajer.
I've seen that you and Lucas have been picking up a lot of points recently. What do you think of your championship chances?
Wolę nie spekulować. W ostatnich wyścigach poleciliśmy nas wspaniałe uczucie. Ona się nazywa Claire. Hehe. Ogólnie model tej dziennikarki jest bardzo podobny do modelu menadżerki z F1 2010.
I was looking for you. Well, what can I say? I guess there's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all racers deserve, because you don't deserve it, neither of you do. That was the dirtiest driving I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
I thought exactly. I'm taking my line and I get smashed into? I'm fine, by the way, thanks for asking. And then I'm penalized for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that penalty, maybe more. I mean, aside from trashing the car, did you ever stop to think that maybe someone could get hurt?
Dokładnie.
Me? Fine. But winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
Jak to nie? Wygrać za wszelką cenę. Nawet teammate wywalić.
Don't let him get in your head. He knows you're a better driver. So,
To nie Alek?
on the track, stay away from him. He will try to force you into contact. That's how he wins, yeah? Let's get ready for the press briefing.
Czemu mamy się szkoda rozmowy prasą, jak już była? Co ty, chłopie, ćpałeś? Ćpun zasrany. Aha, muszę wygrać ten wyścig. W ogóle czemu tutaj mój awatar jest taki przytrzymany?
So here we are in Abu Dhabi. Each and every event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here, to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped. Yas Island Circuit is a 3.4-mile racetrack built on the man-made Yas Island. In addition to the 21 corners, it features two very long straights. Now, these will be the drivers' main overtaking chances today into turn 8 and turn 11.
Tak, ale to nie jest Jas
Joining me
Marin.
for one
To
last
jest
time here
Jas
this year
Island.
is Davide Valsecchi. Davide, I'm
Minimalna
glad you're
różnica.
here because I think I'm going to need help
W sensie obiekt
processing
ten
all
sam,
this.
ale
Surely,
inny tor
this is as
wydzielony.
exciting as it gets.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. It's the perfect finale. Two drivers, rivals of season, now going into the final race, tied on points. Both way out in front at the top of the standings. Meaning whichever of these two drivers cross the line first will be crowned the champion. I can't wait.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then. Good luck. Devon's in P4 at the moment.
Wypad, gościu!
We've been awarded a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
No to nieźle.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
Czesiaki.
These stewards have given you a 3-second time penalty.
Za co kara? Czysto było.
That's 3 seconds to be added to our race time. Devon's currently in P9. That's a strong start. Well done. Okay, our main competitors in this race are Weber and Butler. Devon's currently in P9.
No to jest zakręt, tu jest. Będę na nim tracił ciągle.
Devon's currently in P9. Devon sat in P8. Okay, the car behind is catching you by 5/10ths a lap. 5/10ths. Devon sat in P8.
Wiesz, gdyby wybudowali w Polsce tor i by był on państwowy, taki pod F1,
Devon
to
sat in
sporo kasy
P8.
by z tego wyciągnęli. Zwróciłoby się, myślę, po 3-4 latach. No przecież na tych torach nie jest tylko F1, jest F2, F3 i wszystkie te motorki i serie GP.
Devon sat in P8.
Ty, byłem 5 sekund kary jeszcze.
Devon sat in P8. Okay, the boots aren't looking too worn at this point. We should have plenty of life left in them. Let's make sure we keep managing them properly. The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
Bo to chodzi o tego. 8. Nie wyświetla mi tu czasówki. Lipa. Czekaj. Nie, to są moje. A nie, Butlera. 2, 6, 8, 15, 12, 30. 8:30 na czas całkowity ja mam. 4, 6, 8, 8, 5. No to powinien dać radę. Wyświetla mi, wiesz, na drugim i na trzecim. Na trzecim mam chyba tylko 2 sekund. Fuoco. Jak to się czyta? Fuoco. To chyba jakiś Chińczyk.
This is your final lap of the race.
3 sekundy nad trzecim. Tu spokojnie. Może się uda, że podium będzie jeszcze. O, żółta flaga tam jakaś.
Devon's currently in P9.
Odpad sesji. Mam mistrzostwo, wygrałem. Wystarczy, że będę 10 nawet. To już easy. Ta. Czyli pół nad trzecim. Czy będzie trzecie miejsce? Czy czwarte? Chyba trzecie. Znaczy to czwarte. Po tym zakręcie.
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
There were questions at the start of the season as to whether they could really go all the way, but there's no question anymore. What a special year it's been, and here they are, the new Formula 2 World Drivers' Champion. Brilliant. Stuff from Dams today. What a superb victory. Talk to me, Davide. Was it everything you hoped for?
Everything and more. He had it all. The rival, the tension, the excitement. These two drivers have been locked in fierce competition all season. And to see it comes down to head-to-head battle for the line like this, well, this kind of things doesn't happen very often. Devon put in a good performance throughout the championship, but today the accolade goes to his rival and the new Formula 2 champion.
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title. Congratulations to our winner after an incredible...
I teraz chyba jeszcze 2 cutscenki są fabuły, albo 3.
First of all, congratulations! You must be thrilled. Wow, you're the driver's champion. How does it feel? So that was a thrilling end to the season. How was the race for you? Wow, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula One. Care to...
Najlepsze były te wyprzedzania 300, nie? Na pierwszym okrążeniu. No i teraz patrz jak się wybiera zespół.
F2 champion.
Hey, congratulations. Enjoy it, because it's the last time it'll ever happen.
Devin, it's okay to be upset. You came very close.
Hey, we know things would have turned out very differently if I didn't get slapped with that ridiculous penalty.
What is it with you and complaining?
Look, somehow you managed to do a lot of things right today. That's great. You needed the win, I didn't. For me, this was always just a stepping stone to F1. Oh, you two, you got your work cut out for you now that I'm gone. See, you're gonna have to prove to everyone it was more than just luck that got you here.
Sure. Winning one race is luck. Winning the championship is talent.
Really? Next time you use that incredible talent to ram into someone and steal all their points, remember they won't be as forgiving as I am. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I gotta run. Yeah, things to sign, important paperwork and all that. I'm sure you understand. Ciao!
So, with this big win, you're going to be getting a lot of interest. All I can say is choose wisely, or else you might end up with someone like Devin as your teammate. Come on, let's go celebrate.
Emma Watson?
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat.
No i to mi się bardziej podoba niż to masz tableta i se wybierz, nie?
Your performance at the F2
Jakaś ta
Championships last
rozmowa
year
jest.
got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubt is over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. As your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics.
Do jakiego
Let's get you a
zespołu
Formula One
iść?
seat.
Wybieramy z tych trzech. Nie, to i to. To są gwiazdki. Kierowca drugi. Kierowca drugi. Kierowca. Myślę, że to weźmiemy Williamsika. No standardowo. Sorry, pisa, ale no. Stary dziadek jesteś.
Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're going to be very excited to pursue this opportunity with you. I'll let them know our intentions immediately. I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.
I teraz już mamy F1 2018 praktycznie. Tylko jeszcze pokażę Ci, Alek, stawkę.
Oh, hey, you're here. I'll catch up with you.
I tak, Claire,
Sorry,
ruda.
I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Williams has a rich history, with several periods of dominance over several decades in the sport. It's high time for another one of those, and you can help make that happen. So let's knuckle down and get to work, okay? Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favorable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
Nie ma tutaj... No to wiem. Tu Ci pokażę stawkę w treningu.
Welcome to Melbourne and the inaugural event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever. Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
Absolutely, Crofty. There's been a number of interesting signings over the last few months. Where would you like to start?
We should talk about the new Williams driver.
Right, well, this is definitely someone to keep an eye on. They'll be familiar to anyone who follows the Formula 2 Championship, where they performed extremely well last year. It's worth noting that their teammate in F2, Lucas Weber, is also making his debut in Formula 1 this weekend. Now, there was an incident where they went against their own team's instructions to let Lucas past. They apologised for it at the time, and it seemed as though there were no hard feelings. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of rivalry might develop now they're no longer constrained by driving for the same team.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, two very promising young British drivers. Plus, we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally, Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was a nasty clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
Ty nic nie tłumacz. Ty nic nie tłumacz. Ty idź tam garki umyj, Claire. No.
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside, and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
Zdobycie tytułu mistrzowskiego i wybór zespołu. No i całą fabułę w sumie, chociaż nie wiem, czy później to się jakoś jeszcze nie rozwija.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Remember to activate your DRS in the DRS zone as well. Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
Nie, bo 19 nie czytali kierownicy, wiesz? No co jest, kurwa?
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together.
Cześć, mano. Szczerze, powiem ci, że jak masz 18, to ta 19 ja wziąłem tę 19, bo kosztowała wtedy 40 zł na promocji, z czego miałem 40 chyba 7 ze skinów ze sprzedaży, także no za darmo dostałem, no bo skinu dropłem, nie? Podczas meczu, więc inna sprawa, nie? Kurwa, zjebałem. Dobra, starcz tego. Napisz w trakcie sesji. Napisz i wyjdź. Tak. No właśnie 20 też nie wiem, czy ma sens. Tyle, że... tak. Teraz 20 będzie wychodziła. Tylko, że 20 ma to, że można swój zespół założyć, wiesz? A mi takie wprowadza. Także no. Dobra, wyłączam to. Trzeba coś zjeść. Elo.